Hi and welcome, Martina here. I had the big pleasure to create with Yana's newest release with Spellbinders, the Poppies. There are three products in the new release. It's a beautiful poppy die with a shadow layer and a detail layer. That's the one you're seeing right now. Then you're getting a Better Press background cover plate, a super beautiful one, and of course the matching stencils which make working and coloring with that beautiful imprint of the Better Press so easy. I can't wait to share my makes with the project. So let's go and flip just through them. Of course, I always love a good die, so I had to try just the die cut, the two layers, and some coloring of the cut pieces. It's two different teal colors, a green and a yellow. And I just added some ink blending to the corners to give the flowers a little bit more depth. I then had a lot of die cut leftover pieces, which I brought to I think, good use by creating this background. And then, of course, the Better Press. I thought it would be a nice idea to have some shiny centers of the poppies, and I added some pearl gold to them. And as you can see, it is translucent, so you're still able to see all the details through it, which I absolutely love. But now let's create another card with the beautiful Yana's Poppies collection. Oh, before I forget, I have two more backgrounds, but I'm not going to work with them. Let's create something new. I am using the Better Press cotton card Bisque. You don't have to use that. I just like it because it really adds so much depth. And I just wanted to give it another try, of course. I am using a tiny piece of washi tape on the back of my card. I know there are crafters that say it doesn't work, but for me it absolutely works. And I'm then getting my Better Press system out. I am placing my poppy background plate to the Better Press base, and I'm then just starting to cover the plate with inks. I have re-inked both of these inks because I think it's super important to have a well saturated ink pad when you are working with a Better Press plate. The inks, I think, tend to dry out quickly, and I just think it's easier to work with a well saturated ink pad. I am creating a two-toned background, which I think I haven't done so much before, but I think these two colors look so beautiful together and they match my color range so good that I just thought I would give it a try. You see, I had a nice try and a not so nice try, but I'm working with that one you are seeing right now in the image. Taking the washi piece away, and then it's already time to prepare everything to color. I'm using one of these grit mats. I don't know how they're called, I've forgotten the name, but it's like a sticky surface and my card is staying nicely in place. Oh, my swatch. I usually swatch my inks before I start, so I get an idea of what could be a nice match, especially with a colored background and several colors of poppy leaves. I was trying to make sure that I'm choosing colors that match very well. I am then just using my dye inks and coloring in all the different layers of the stencils. I love the fact that the stems of the flowers have their own stencil layer that allows you to add really a lot of dimension with the ink blending. I am working with a brighter and a darker green, and I'm just trying to add as much depth as I can in these tiny, tiny stems. I am then using the leaf layer, and again, I'm trying to add as much dimension as possible. I have a brighter and a darker green color. I'm adding the green more to the top of the leaves and the darker green more to the bottom of the leaves. That just gives the impression of slightly more dimension of of the card when it's done. I think I will just start to speed up the ink blending process because I think it's kind of boring to watch me coloring in. You see, I have bigger and smaller bristles. I just choose them on what surface I have to cover. And of course, the reveal, I absolutely love it. And I think you could also leave it there because with the leaves colored and the white poppies, it looks beautiful. But of course, for this card, I will color them all in. I will try to stay true to the shadow or depth thingy I've been doing before. Oh, and all the buds. I will color all the buds green and not in a, well, flower color because the buds are green. So I had to be a little bit careful. I am trying here what happens when I'm adding a little bit of a white pigment ink to the mix, but I think it didn't do so much. So I didn't repeat it after this layer, but for this layer I added a little bit of the white to all of the petals, but I think it just didn't do that much. Again, I'm going very light-handed with the color, and then I'm just adding in a little bit more from the center with a smaller bristle to add that bit of depth. And of course, I will again skip the process because you don't want to see me coloring so much. That's the first layer of leaves. I absolutely love it. And then you could decide to have them monochrome, or I decided to use different shades of these teals. And so I'm just going in with the next color again, first light-handed and then a little bit more of a shadow and accent. Again, I'm very careful that I'm adding the green to the buds because they are green in nature. So I was trying to be aware of that. And I don't even change the color for my depth and shadowing. I just go back in with a smaller bristle and add a slightly more concentrated, well, layer of color to the petal, and that does the trick in my eyes. And again, you could leave it here. I think it looks very beautiful, and can we just say how easy it is to work with stencils like this? It works like a charm. And yeah, this is already the third color. Because this color is slightly darker than the others, I am just trying to tap my bristle off before I go to the petals because I'm worried that I would be too heavy-handed with the first layer of color and I would then have no more playgrounds to add a little bit more depth to the petals. And again, speeding the process a little bit up and skipping a lot of coloring and just revealing the beauty. Yeah, I really like it. And I think the golden embossing would be very nice, but this takes a lot of drying time and I wanted to get along, so I just worked all the centers of the flowers with yellow dye ink, and I think that looks absolutely beautiful. And because I am a, card making rebel, I decided to leave all these cards with no sentiment because like that I'm more flexible when I'm giving them away. And that's why this video is already at its end. I really hope you liked the process. I hope you like my cards. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. And I hope we see each other soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.